Lovely to be here in Bristol on Michael McIntyre's show. I love Michael, I do, because like me, he's married with kids, and like me, he's really quite camp, isn't he? Am I camper? And he skips and shit. I mean, anyway, I am married. I've been married 10 years now. 10 years, 2 kids. Yeah, thank you. We're incredibly unhappy. We married too soon. We only knew each other 5.5 months. That was the gap between meeting and marrying. People say you just know, and we just knew she was pregnant. I didn't enjoy my wedding day. Most men don't. Most men pretend they do, but most wedding days become the bride's day, don't they? It's her day. I don't want to piss off the women here, but it's not your day. It's 2 people's day, okay? There's a man involved, okay? You look at a traditional wedding reception, all the jokes, all the speeches take the piss out the groom. No one's allowed to take the piss out the bride, are they? Oh, no. Not on her special day. Who's wearing fancy dress, pretending to be a virgin all day? No, she's a special flower. Given away. Women are still given away on their wedding day. That's an incredibly offensive tradition. It's about women being possessions. It reinforces that viewpoint of women as fragile, unable to look after themselves. If anybody is fragile and unable to look after themselves in the modern world, yeah? It's surely men, isn't it? We should be given away by our mums, shouldn't we? We should be dragged down the aisle by the ear, going, I don't want to grow up, you bloody coming, come on. You got clean pants on, come on. I have 2 kids, as I said, I've got 2 lovely girls. Do you know what, I'm too self-obsessed to be a good dad. 2 about me. Little Martha, my oldest, comes home from school. She's like, Daddy, today we learned about butterflies, and I'm going, Martha? You haven't even asked about my day. That's a little bit selfish, isn't it? Little Grace, my little one, comes into our room at night going, Daddy, I can't sleep. I had a bad dream about a witch. I take her into my office. I say, do you know what, Grace? That witch, yeah, she's not real, okay? But look at those debts there, yeah? Mm-hmm. Look at that bill. That bill's not been paid. No. Can you find a pension plan on this desk, Grace? Yeah? Look for a pension plan? No, I don't bloody have one. How do you think I sleep at night? I'm feeling old. I had a horrible old man thought the other day. I was talking to a girl in her early 20s. I wasn't going to do anything because I am married. I'm married to a woman. I know what you were thinking. Shut up. Honestly, yeah, it's just a stage persona. You know, off stage I'm sort of dark, dangerous, a little bit sexy. On stage... I was talking to this girl in her early 20s. I had a horrible old man thought. Really horrible. I'm chatting away, and it just popped in there. I thought to myself, if I was 20 years younger. I was thinking, who the hell am I kidding? I was never good with women. What am I talking about? That thought should be, if I was 20 years younger, I'd get really obsessed with you. I really would. And do absolutely nothing about it. I was rubbish, and I looked great then as well. I looked great, I was young, you young people, just enjoy this time. Who is young here? You two? There's a woman going, I am here. Next to yeah, just enjoy this time, okay? Do you think you look good for your age? Do you think you look good at the moment? You're really not sure? This is the best you're ever going to look, honestly. Enjoy this time. I remember being at school, I had a PE teacher made a little speech to our class. I remember he said, do you know what, boys? We were 17. He said, do you know what, boys? Enjoy this time. This is the best your bodies are ever going to be. Get as fit as you can. You can do stuff now you will never be able to do again. And I remember thinking at the time, I don't think he should be in the shower with us. But it was a bloody good speech. We're always being told what the British people deserve. You look at my friends' Facebook pages are just them moaning about life and what they deserve. Their Facebook status, mad day, got up, got the kids to school, did the washing, did the shopping, went to work, picked the kids up, did the dinner, sitting on the couch drinking red wine. I deserve this. No, I always think, no, you don't, actually, no. If you live okay in Britain, you live one of the most privileged lives in the world. The people who deserve a good old moan on Facebook are people trying to bring up families in war-torn sub-Saharan Africa. They deserve Facebook, don't they? Yeah? Mad day. Had to walk 10 miles to fetch clean water. Got turned back by the militia. Lost a child to malaria on the way home. Sitting in my tent drinking rainwater. I deserve this. These sanctimonious little poems and quotes people put on Facebook to make you feel better about life. They drive me mad. I've got one here. Honestly, I've got two. I printed out. This first one is always put on by women, by the way. I'm not being sexist there, because I was sort of raised by women. I was. Can you tell? I never had that older brother figure who beat me up. I had two older sisters who dressed me up. But this first quote, always put on by women. You will recognise it, some of you. Friends are angels who lift us to our feet when our wings have trouble remembering how to fly. Do you know what, us men, we may be emotionally constipated, but I'm damn proud we don't put shit like that on Facebook. I'm bloody proud. This second quote, this one's put on by everybody. This is a long one. Lots of you will recognise this one. I've had this one about 4 times. Life is short, break the rules. Forgive quickly, kiss slowly. Love truly, laugh uncontrollably. And never regret anything that made you smile. 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did. So throw off the bow lines, sail away from the safe harbour, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. Do you know what? I've got a mortgage to pay, bills to deal with, kids to bring up. I don't have time for this crap on my Facebook page. I'm not nice. People think I'm a nice person. I'm not nice. I'm pushy and shallow. We all are. We all are. Look at our pictures on Facebook. Our pictures are a complete lie. No one's photo is real, is it? Everyone's photo on Facebook is like this. Do you realise one day someone's going to be using that photo to say, that's your great-great-grandmother? Why is it taken from such a funny angle, Mummy? Well, in those days, that was the way fat people tried to look thinner. Thank you very much. Lovely to be here at your this referendum gig. I'm not really very political. I should make that clear. First of all, I'm sort of middle class but left wing. Got very strong middle class guilt complex. No. Get so upset reading about poverty and war in The Guardian that had to have a couple of glasses of Chateau Latour 56 to calm down. I feel momentum in this referendum is with the Yes campaign, isn't it? The momentum's with that campaign, because it's much easier, isn't it, to charge into battle behind someone shouting, freedom! Than it is behind someone shouting, I just think it's too risky economically! But it's lovely to be in Glasgow. It's a very friendly city, isn't it? You have a reputation for being hard and tough. You're not. You're very friendly. I think you're friendly. I don't really understand what you're saying. That is the English. The English are terrible at understanding other people's accents. It's one of the reasons why we've treated countries around us so badly historically. I think so. Like 100 years ago, the Irish were saying, we'd like you to leave now. We say, you want us to rule for hundreds of years? Of course, no problem. You Scots will say things like, you can take our life, but you'll never take our freedom. You want the poll tax a year early? Of course, consider it done. You know, I don't really understand. Maybe English people are quite stupid. That's what my wife thinks. I'm a Northern Irish wife. I am married to a woman. I know what you're thinking. No, not gay, just very, very English. My wife is absolutely my best friend. That is the truth. She's my best friend in the world, my wife. Obviously, I'm not her best friend. No, Lisa's her best friend. I love the Northern Irish accent. It's a frightening accent, isn't it? It's like Glasgow, but it's got extra. It's a little bit heavier. It's got that little extra fear thing, I think. My children are more scared of my wife than they are of me. I've actually sat them down and said, don't you find me a bit scary? And they say, no, your face wobbles when you get angry. When I was a kid and I was naughty, my mum would say, wait till your father gets home. I mainly work in the evenings. When my kids are naughty, my wife says to them, wait till your father goes out. That's the wrong way round. She grew up in a hard society. Growing up in Northern Ireland, that is a tough place to grow up. Very divided, obviously, between Protestant and Catholic. Very strong Protestant-Catholic divide. I don't know if you know anything about that in Glasgow. I fully understand. I grew up in Ealing, West London. We had a very strong Audi-Volvo divide. The only time we were united was when someone bought a Nissan and we all came together to burn them out. But she's seen terrible stuff, my wife, growing up because of that conflict. She's slightly messed up in a way. Before we get into bed, she's got a mirror on wheels, puts it under the bed to check the bombs. I use it too for monsters. She beat me at Scrabble 3 years ago. She still marches round the house on the anniversary of that day. It's so embarrassing, like, 'twas on the 12th many years ago when I pushed no surrender across the triple word score. Yeah. We have divided cities in this country, we have divided communities, we are more divided than ever. This referendum reflects that. We are more divided in the UK than ever. I understand it's not just about economics, it's a feeling as well, isn't it? It's like I understand that when the England team play football, most of you support the opposition. Is that true? Yeah. You know, we do the same to you, we just never know when you're playing. There's an assumption about the English. Every English team is seen as arrogant by all the other countries in the UK. Always see England as arrogant. I watch rugby with my father-in-law. Everything the England rugby team does is arrogant in his eyes. England rugby player can score a try and go, yes! He goes, arrogant, very arrogant. A Welsh player does exactly the same thing, scores a try and goes, yeah! He'll go, brave, plucky. Scottish players. Actually, I've never seen a Scots player. Divide in Ireland. We have a north-south divide in England, actually. We have any Northern English people here? Yeah? Do you believe in the north-south divide in England? Oh, I do. Let's build a wall, make it official, yeah? Obviously you can build it. Well, pay for it. No, it's based on stereotypes. All this is based on stereotypes. I have relatives from Grimsby who come to London, where I live, and they look for it to fulfil its stereotype. So they walk around London going, oh, it's so unfriendly. No one chats to each other. And I would say to them, why this constant need to chat in Grimsby? I said to them, there was a little less chat and a bit more reading. There's an assumption that London's unfriendly, the assumption London is rich. London has rich people. It also has the biggest concentration of poverty in the UK, is in London. That is not me, thank God. God, no. No. God, no. It's lovely to be in Australia. It is lovely. It's a country with a lot of national pride. Would you agree? You're quite proud to be Australians, folks? It's fantastic. National pride is fantastic. It's very important for people who don't have a lot of stuff in their personal life to be proud of. It's harder being proud being British. It's harder to be proud of being British. With our history, we tend to travel the world with a vague sense of guilt. Do you know what I mean? You arrive somewhere and think, I know we once owned this. How badly did we behave here? It's a little bit like going back into work the day after you've behaved badly at the office party. Do you know what I mean? You walk in, Africa's not talking to you, you know. Oh, God, India, did I stay really late? How long did I late? Oh, God, 1947. Oh, that is so late. Someone's waving at you in the corner and you suddenly realise that, with horror, that you slept with the Falkland Islands. But yeah, no, Britain, it's hard. It's hard to be popular. We're not a very popular country. Within Britain, England is not popular. I went to a rugby match recently in Edinburgh. England versus Scotland. They booed the England team off the coach. They booed us onto the field. They booed our anthem, which is strictly still their anthem because I haven't got the guts to leave.